New construction homes in Austin, Texas is a great option to buy your first home or your step-up home. On today's video, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know when it comes to buying a new home. What's going on, everybody? My name is Julio Monagas here in Austin, Texas. If this is your first time to the channel, bienvenidos to Casa Nueva. Y sí, hablamos español, así que los podemos ayudar. So yeah, guys, let's get right into it. When it comes to buying a new home, it's a completely different process from a resale home. And today I'm gonna walk you through that entire process, some of the options that you have in Austin, and also some of the important things to look for when it comes to a brand new home. So let's get right into it. Number one is what exactly are you looking for, because when it comes to new construction, you have two options. You can either build from the ground up, or you can get a quick move-in home or an inventory home. The main difference between these two is that with the building from the ground up option, you actually go out into the community, you select the lot that you want, either a corner lot, a cul-de-sac lot, backing up to a greenbelt, you name it. You have the choice to choose the lot. Now, usually those lots come with a premium, so you may have to pay anywhere from $10,000, $20,000. You know, we've seen as much as $50,000. We're not seeing it as much now, but during COVID, that was an example of how much these lots were costing. So, and then after you select your lot, then you select the model, because typically these homes or these communities will have different floor plans to choose from. Do you want a one-story? Do you want a two-story home? Do you want 4 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, that kind of thing? And then after you select that, then you go to the design center. And then in the design center, you can select everything in the home, all the finishes, the color of the walls, the carpet or hardwood floors in the bedrooms, the handles on the doors, the handles on the cabinets, anything that you can think of, you can do that at the design center. Something to keep in mind before I move on to the quick move-in homes is that typically, when you're building from the ground up, if you don't have a set budget and if you don't have a game plan before you go into the design center, it tends to cost a little bit more than it does for a quick move-in home. So something to keep in mind. Now, when we talk about quick move-ins, what does that mean? It means that the home has already started construction, right? The builder has decided to start construction on the home. They've selected everything for you, all the finishes, the way the home is gonna look like on the outside, the way the home is gonna look like on the inside. And typically 99% of the time, you don't have the choice to change anything in the home. However, a lot of builders, especially today, they tend to build up to the trends, right? You know, you have your light colors, the grays, the whites, things like that. So the home already looks pretty modern, but you don't have the choice to change anything in the home. One of the benefits of that option, the quick move-in home option though, is that you can get a little bit more of a discount on the home, because typically the builder wants to sell it as soon as possible. So those are the two main differences on both. Again, one, building from the ground up, where you go to the design center. Quick move-in homes, where the home has already started construction, and typically you can get more of a discount and more incentives on this home. Okay, number two, what is happening with a new construction market as it compares to the resale market? And this is, I've been preaching about this, I've been talking about this for a while, and I think that a lot of opportunities right now to enter the market, to get a home, is through new construction, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. The main reason why is because these builders have already bought a lower interest rate ahead of time. Yes, some of these costs are passed on to the buyer, but if you're looking to secure a lower rate, this is a great option for you and the family, especially if you're a first-time home buyer and you really want to get into the market, because when it comes to the other side of things, the resale market, you are going to be paying the interest rate of the market, which is around 7% right now, as opposed to with new construction, there are some builders right now that are offering 5.5%, 5.25%, sometimes even 4.99% interest rate. So that is something that's happening in the market. Another thing, what's happening with new construction, they're offering a lot to they're offering to cover your closing costs, which is huge, especially if if you're tight and you don't have a lot of money to spare, let's say if you're a first-time home buyer, which I get a lot of first-time home buyers, this is a great opportunity to get into the market with little cost coming out of your pocket. There's a lot of builders that are offering to cover all your closing costs. And we are also have been able to negotiate some of the price down as well. So again, for 2023, for the remainder of 2023, I think this is a great opportunity if you're looking to buy a home in Austin, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. All right, guys, if you're enjoying the video so far and you have found a ton of value when it comes to buying a new construction home, make sure to leave a comment below or reach out to the number in the email below as well. And we'd be more than happy to walk you through the process, because over 90% of our clients in the last, I would say, year to year and a half have decided to go the new construction route. So we have built great relationships with builders around town. And again, I can't stress it enough. I think this is the best opportunity to get into the market and buy a brand new home because of the incentives that they're offering and the interest rates that they're offering. So we know the process front and back, sideways, you name it. We have great relationships with the builders, and we know what to look for. We know what to do during the process of buying a new construction home. So don't hesitate to reach out to the number below in the email, and we'd be more than happy to help you through the process. Now let's get back into the video. Okay, now let's talk about some of the pros and cons of new construction and some of the things that you should consider when it comes to going down this process. And these are some of the things that we talked about with our clients when they're getting ready to buy a home. And like we mentioned before, 90 to 95% of our clients are deciding to go this route, again, because of the incentives and the other benefits. But some of the pros is obviously the home is brand new. You have a warranty on the home. You have a 1-year warranty, a 2-year warranty, and then a 10-year warranty. When it comes to the 1-year warranty, it's a little bit like a bumper to bumper, but again, it depends on the builder. But for the most part, if anything fails as far as the craftsmanship of the home, if they failed to cover a hole, if the door broke down, or the carpet is coming up, the floor is coming up, things like that, they will fix it, no questions asked. Typically, what we recommend for people that move into the home, we tell them to wait about 6 months after they're living into the home, because you have your walkthroughs, you do your inspections, and you won't find every single detail. So wait until you move in. Wait until you move, you're living in the home, you're using everything, opening everything, and that's when you truly find out how the home is working. And then you create a list, and then that list, you pass it on to the warranty department, and they'll be able to fix everything. Now, the 2-year warranty, it's concentrated more on the electrical, the plumbing, the systems behind the walls, things like that. And then you have your 10-year warranty, which includes the roof, the structure. So it includes the structure of the home, so the framing and the foundation. The roof, it depends on the builder. Some builders only offer a 1-year warranty on the roof, so that is something that you may have to keep in mind. But typically roofs, they should last anywhere from 15 to 20 years. But that is something that you can talk to the builder to see what kind of warranty they offer for the roof. Now, something to keep in mind that a lot of people forget about this, and this is something that we help you through to remember. But when it comes to the appliances, majority of the builders do not warranty the appliances. The warranty comes through the actual manufacturing. So if it's GE or if it's Whirlpool, you have to make sure that you register the appliances with the manufacturer, because if not, after, I believe it's anywhere from 60 to 90 days, that warranty will be voided, and then if something breaks in the appliance, you won't be able to fix it or go through the warranty. So make sure that you register all your appliances with the manufacturing. When it comes to the HVAC system or the AC system, typically the builder will give you a 1-year warranty, and then after that, it'll be the manufacturer as well. Make sure that you register that, because you can extend it up to 5 to 10 years depending on the brand that they use, whether it's, again, Carrier or Lennox or those type of brands. But very important that you register the appliances so that you're covered under the warranty. So yeah, the warranty is a huge pro when it comes to buying a new construction home. Now let's switch it over to a con. A lot of people kind of mention this, is that a lot of these homes are not in Austin, right? People want to be in Austin. Some people don't. Some people, want to be in the suburbs where the school districts are highly ranked and they want more of a quiet feel to the city. They don't want kind of the hustle and bustle of Austin. But some people are like, no, that's too far away from Austin, especially if you're a young professional. If you're between 25 and 35 and you're single or just have a significant other and you don't have any kids, a lot of the times people don't necessarily want to live, 30 minutes from Austin, 35 minutes, 45 minutes. So that is some of the cons that we see from some people that don't want to move into these communities. Now back to the pros. Another one of the pros is that if you have a family, if you're a young family, if you're an established family, a lot of these communities tend to be in top ranked school districts. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Also, when it comes to families, they have a lot of amenities for the kids, especially when it comes to master plan communities. Man, master plan communities do an excellent job of creating activities, creating a sense of community for you and the family. That is definitely something that you should consider. And a lot of these master plan communities that are coming in have new construction, or they're brand new. And so you have the new construction option. And I mean, you name it. We have Headwaters out in Dripping Springs, Calitaria out in the Dripping Springs, and they have a ton of activities. They have their own director of fun that is in charge of creating activities for you and the kids, fun events, you name it, events for Halloween, Christmas, 4th of July. They have, food trucks coming in every week, and it really creates a nice sense of community for you and the family. Then you have other master plan communities out in Liberty Hill, one of my favorite ones being Santa Rita Ranch, and then down south being Easton Park and Sunfield. So there's a ton of master plan communities around the area, but that would be another one of the pros when it comes to a new construction. Now, back to the cons, and this is very important, and a lot of people don't know this, especially if you're coming from out of town. I've had a lot of people that found me on YouTube that are coming either, let's say, Connecticut, New York, Chicago, Denver, but property taxes. Another con, and I don't blame you, this being a negative, but when it comes to new communities or new construction communities, the tax rate will be much, much higher than an established neighborhood. Why? Because a lot of the times the builder has taken on a lot of cost or has passed on that cost either to you as the homeowner in the form of a PID, or the city has put in a lot of money into developing this land in this brand new community. So a lot of the costs will come back onto the homeowner. So keep that in mind, is that property taxes will be higher in these brand new communities. What's the average tax rate? It'll be anywhere from 2.2 all the way up into 3% of your purchase price or the value of your home. So something definitely to keep in mind when it comes to that, some of the negatives of owning a home here. But you offset that with what I mentioned before, that you have a ton of amenities for the kids. You have pools, you have parks, you have events. So they kind of offset each other. So yeah, so guys, so those are some of the pros and cons. I can name a ton more, but if you want to know more about these communities, make sure to reach out to the number or the email below, and we can help you understand these communities a little bit more. Okay, number 3, what is the process like of buying a new construction home as it compares to buying a resale home? So typically, if the home is already ready, if it's just sitting on the lot, ready to be sold, ready to be put under contract, it can take anywhere from 30 to 45 days to move into the home. So just like resale, right? You just have to go through the loan process. Very, very important when it comes to buying a new construction home. Majority of the builders here in the Austin area, they are requiring you to qualify with their lender. Why? Because they want to make sure that you actually can afford the home. Now, there are a few here and there that don't require that, but the majority of them, they want you to qualify with their lender. Even if you have a pre-approval that we can send to them, they still want you to go through the process with their own builder. So very, very important to keep in mind when it comes to buying a home with them. Once you qualify, pretty simple process. You pick the home, you pick the floor plan that you like, whether it's a 1-story, a 2-story. Now, let me backtrack a little bit. So this is when we're talking about a quick move-in home or an inventory home, not talking about when we're building it from the ground up, which is the majority of the homes here in the Austin area. But we'll get more into that here in a second. But you basically pick the lot or pick where the home is located, you pick the floor plan that you want, and then you officially give them the deposit, which can be anywhere from $500 all the way up to $10,000, depending on the community, depending on the builder. And that officially reserves the home for you, and then we go on to signing the contract. So very, very important is that you sit down with a realtor to make sure that you read through that entire contract and make sure that you know what you're signing. Obviously, a lot of these builders are very big corporations, and they put every clause in the book to cover their butt. But still, it's very important to read it, make sure that you're getting the right home, make sure that you're getting the right items in the home. For example, make sure that you're getting blinds, make sure that you're getting a sprinkler system, you name it, all the little details that you should be paying attention to. Once you officially go under contract, then you have to get pre-qualified with a lender. I usually suggest that you do it beforehand, because I would hate for you to fall in love with a home, you get on the contract, and then it turns out that you don't qualify for the home. So it's better the first step is to get pre-qualified. Then after you do that, very, very important, which a lot of people don't talk about this, and we'll say that this is number 4. And number 4 is make sure that you perform inspections. That's right, when it comes to new construction, it's very, very important that you still perform inspections. Why? Because even though some of the builders have their own people doing the inspections, they're not really looking out after you. Yeah, I mean, they provide customer service and they want to sell the home and make sure that you have a great experience, but it's important that you get your own inspector, that you paying yourself, and that inspector is working for you and not for the builder. Another thing that people don't know about inspections is that a lot of the times you can perform inspections before the drywall goes up, meaning before the walls go up. And that is typically called a stage 2 inspection. And that is a very important inspection because you get to see what's behind the walls. Did they do the electrical work correctly? Did they do the plumbing correctly? All those things, right? And are they up to code? And then you do your final inspection, which is when the home is finished. You want to make sure that all the systems are working, the plumbing, the electric, the roof. Very, very important. The inspector is allowed to get on the roof. A lot of the times for these construction managers, the builder does not allow them to get on the roof for liability reasons. We're not allowed to get on the roof either. So that's why it's important to have that inspector there on your corner that you're paying to look at the roof on your behalf. And then they look at your foundation, like I mentioned, the plumbing, the sprinkler system, all those little details, and then they provide you with a report that you can pass on to the builder and say, hey, Mr. Builder, fix all these items for me before we close. So again, number 4, to recap, make sure that you perform inspections. Yes, you can perform inspections on these new construction homes. Okay, number 5, where are these new communities located? Where are these homes usually located? Now, since Austin is experiencing a ton of growth, especially in the last 10 years, even more so in the last 2 to 3 years, a lot of the growth is coming outside of Austin. So something to keep in mind is that it's happening in the suburbs. So when we're talking about Round Rock, Leander is seeing a ton of new construction. I mean, it seems like every new neighborhood or every neighborhood is a new construction neighborhood. Georgetown as well. We have Hutto. Hutto is one of those hidden towns that a lot of people don't talk about, but I'm a big, big fan of Hutto because it's right next to Round Rock. Round Rock is very well established, and I think a lot of people that can't necessarily afford the prices in Round Rock are gonna end up moving to Hutto, and it's still small, it's still very affordable. Then as you go down south, you have Manor, you have Elgin. In South Austin or south of Austin, you have Buda, you have Kyle, and then you have San Marcos. And we have helped people in all these towns, in all these cities. Now, when it comes to Austin, you still have new construction, but it's very small little pockets. And obviously the price tag comes up, but yeah, we can definitely help you. In fact, we have a couple right now that's looking for a brand new home. They want new construction and they want to be in Austin, and we have already helped them find 3 great options, and it's just a matter of time before we get into under contract. When it comes to Austin, it's a lot of individual builders or individual or smaller companies that are building in Austin, because typically they buy this land at a premium price, right? And they bring a different product to Austin, right? And there's just little pockets that you see around the city. Typically they're building condos or townhomes as opposed to a single family home. but we can find those as well. We have a relationship with smaller builders that focus on building single family homes inside of Austin, within Austin city limits. So that is definitely an option. The price range. So let's talk about some of the price range and again, the locations. If you're within Austin city limits, for example, for this couple, we have been able to find them an option under $600,000, a brand new condo, 3 stories tall, 2-car garage. They're actually on the eastern side of Austin, on the east side of Austin. I forget right now the zip code, but a great location. Brand new home by a great builder, a smaller builder. Now, that's an example, right, of some of the options that you can find within Austin. Now, when it comes to the suburbs outside of Austin, you have a wide range of options. You can find your townhome, your condos, your attached townhomes, and then of course a single family home. When it comes to single family homes, you can either find them in your 45 to 60 foot lots, right, where you're just a little bit closer together, you're rubbing shoulders with your neighbor, or you can also find options for half an acre and above for a new construction home. The price ranges, it depends. Typically, I can find you a brand new construction home for as low as again, depend on the city, but it could be as low as $255, right? $250. I actually had a client that bought a home out in Bastrop for $255,000. Now, Bastrop is east of Austin, about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, depending on the traffic. And then it goes up from there. But typically the median home price of these homes, depending on the city, you can find them in the 300,000s, 400,000 and above. But that is some of the locations that you need to consider, is that typically if you're looking for your single family home, for your typical home with a yard and a nice community, it's gonna be on the suburbs of the Austin area. Okay, everybody, I hope you really enjoyed that video. If you found it valuable, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell so that you're alerted when a new video comes out. If I missed anything, if you have any comments, make sure to leave them below, and then I'll make sure to make a follow-up video based on your comments. And I hope you really enjoyed this video. We put a lot of work into these. And if you have any questions, if you're thinking about buying a brand new home, if you're moving from out of town and you don't know what to do, you don't know where these communities are, or what communities around the area fit your needs the best for you and your family, we are more than happy to help you through the process. Make sure to reach down below to the number and the email any time of the day, days and nights, and we'd be happy to help you through that process. But until next time, my name is Julio Monagas, y sí, hablamos español, así que los podemos ayudar. Adiós.